We go to a Good Friday message unless you live in New York, Islam.
What you talking about, Willis?
Anyway, the Muslim commie socialist mayor Zoltan Mandami
Loser!
had a Good Friday message. Today, we mark a day of sacrifice.
What?
Clearly leaving out the one
We fixed the glitch.
who made the ultimate sacrifice for us all.
It's true.
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this, honest question, kids. Did you actually really think that Zoltar was going to mention Jesus without turning into a pile of ash?
No, no, no!
Just saying, but it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Saturday. And yes, it is another weekend edition. And of course, normally I don't do weekend editions. Well, I've kind of got away from it only because of outside of technical issues on Friday that I can't do my normal shtick. Or a story comes up that says, you know what? This must be done. Well, this is one of them. Yesterday marked Good Friday, the day Christians and Catholics, billions around the world, who believe that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, made the ultimate sacrifice in being crucified for the sins of the world. Now, that's simple enough. But then there are those who feel that, not so much, but I'm going to give a nice little message anyway. What am I talking about? We go to New York, where the Muslim commie socialist mayor Zoltar Mandami had a Good Friday message. Quote, "We mark a day of sacrifice." That sounds all nice and cheery and lollipoppy and kumbayash, but fail to mention the one who made the ultimate sacrifice for us all. Surprised? No, not really. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Zoltar Mandami omits Jesus' name in Good Friday message. Quote, "We mark a day of sacrifice." Yes, that's the clown. New York City Muslim mayor Zoltar Mandami made a Good Friday statement about sacrifice, fasting, faith, but did not mention Jesus Christ by name, while Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, promoted legislation calling for the American flag to be flown at half-staff in recognition of Christ's crucifixion. I like that. I like that a lot. Mandami wrote on X, "Today on Good Friday, we mark a day of sacrifice. Some New Yorkers will abstain from eating. Others will spend hours without speaking. Faith, the Bible tells us, is belief in things unseen. That belief will guide us, many of our neighbors, in solemn reflection and reverence. I wish all those observing Good Friday a blessed day of peace." Good Friday is one of the holiest days in Christianity, commemorating the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ, who Christians believe died to save the world from sin. Facts. Erasing Jesus' name entirely and deliberately strips Good Friday of its very purpose, reducing it to an empty observance. Ogles, however, stated, "Just as Christians recognize, fast, and reverence participating in the life of Christ during Holy Week, American institutions should reflect that same reverence. That is why I've introduced legislation to lower the U.S. flag to half-staff on Good Friday and Holy Saturday. This will serve as a solemn reminder of Christ, who was crucified for our transgressions against a holy God. Christ is King of America, and we should honor him accordingly." I see no issues. Anyway, the Tennessee Republicans' Good Friday Act of 2026 would amend Title IV of the U.S. Code to provide that the flag shall be flown half-staff on the first Friday and Saturday after a full moon that occurs on or after the spring equinox, the formula used to determine the dates of Good Friday and Easter. The contrast comes after Mandami marked Transgender Day of Visibility. He had no problem marking that day. I got no problem marking that day on March 31st by writing, "Today is Transmentalism Day of Visibility. Trans, non-binary, and gender-conforming people have always been here," adding, "Your existence is not up to debate. Your lives are not a political issue. We're fighting for a city where every transmentalism in New Yorker can live openly, safely, and with joy." Mandami's remarks came 2 years after then-President Joe Dementia designated March 31st, 2024 as Trans Mental Day of Visibility, which of course got mocked, and which that year fell on Easter Sunday. Hypocrisy? No! Satanic? You bet. Again, like I said in my intro, did you actually really think that Mandami would have mentioned Jesus' name in regards to the ultimate sacrifice? without bursting into flames, spontaneously combusting, or turning into a pile of ash. No, absolutely not. The Muslims in New York would have had his head on a platter. Literally. Anyway, but it's no surprise. It's no surprise that Muslims who do recognize Jesus as a prophet in the Quran, and but do not mention him as the Son of God. No surprise. Because they believe that Muhammad, the one who married a 6-year-old and, had situations by 9. Anyway, don't believe that. So it's no surprise. It's no surprise. Mandami, who has been anti-Christian, who's been anti-Catholic, and who's been severely anti-Jew, would get elected mayor in a city that has a huge Jewish population. But Mandami is who Mandami is. He's a Muslim first, socialist and commie coming in right at number 2, and then someone who actually gives a darn about the city of New York. But again, no surprises that he will leave out Jesus Christ, the one who made the ultimate sacrifice for the sins of the world for us all on Good Friday, and come Sunday, Resurrection Day. He is risen. And Muslims, as well as everyone else, will one day find out. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall proclaim and confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Bargonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.